Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are tackling a very iconic anime among the shonen fandom, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann was a short-lived but successful series. The Tengen Toppa in the name translates to heaven piercing. We'll get into the history about the show a little later, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now, without further ado, let's get it. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann first aired on TV Tokyo on April 1st, 2007. The show eventually ran until September 30th, 2007, and had an average rating of 83% among critics. Critics often say that the show has amazing animation, likable characters, and clever writing. Gurren Lagann was also the only series that decided to use drills as the mecha's main weapon, despite its genre. Unlike most mecha anime at the time, Gurren Lagann was not based on any manga, solely being based on completely original material by Kazuki Nakashima and directed by Hirooki Imaishi in collaboration with Studio Gainax, responsible for mechas like Neon Genesis Evangelion, as well as Konami and Aniplex. It only ran for 27 episodes over a total of 2 arcs. So, let's get into the story. Number 1, the Beastman War Arc. One day, during the digging of a new tunnel, Simone discovers a small drill-shaped object that periodically glows, an item known as the core drill. Simone lives in the distant future, where the Earth is ruled by the Spiral King, Lord Genome, who forced mankind to live in isolated underground villages with no contact to the outside world. Later that day, Simone finds a large face in the ground. Upon exiting the cave, he's found by local leader Kamina, with whom he tries to escape without success. The failure results in Kamina being jailed while Simone is let off. While trying to break Kamina out, Giha village is attacked by a large gunman, while a girl with a huge sniper comes in to stop it. Heading back into the cave, he shows the face to the girl and Kamina. The face is revealed to be a miniature gunman, and the core drill Simone dug up is the key to starting it. With the aid of the gunman, which Kamina names the Lagun, Simone destroys the large gunman attacking Giha and rises to the surface world. Most of Team Gurren's early successes are a direct result of Simone's work. The highlights of such work are produced in the capture of the Gunzar and entrapping of the Dai Gunzen in a desert sinkhole before later controlling it. Although Simone quickly forms familiar relationships with those in his group, namely Yoko and Rosyu, and is admired by Rosyu's awards Gimme and Derry, he often goes unnoticed or ignored by the older members of the group due to his appearance, with the exception of Dayaka, Kamina, and Liron. On the night before the raid on Dai Gunzen, Simone spends a short time talking with his crush Yoko. However, something in their action spurs Yoko to cut their meeting short, deciding to end the conversation and leave rather than leap into whatever she came there to talk to him about. Simone at some point soon following seeks Yoko out, only to find her kissing Kamina. The witnessing of the event that happened between Kamina and Yoko upset Simone tremendously and offset his abilities to pilot the Lagun, prompting Kamina to intervene. While Kamina returns to his then stationary gunman, Divine General Tilmith reveals himself and stabs Kamina, ultimately killing him. The guilt from Simone over Kamina's death reduces the morale of Team Gurren, but it affects Simone to an extreme. Mentally broken, bitter, and depressed, he becomes increasingly hostile toward I'll kill you! And aggressive to his fellow team members. Few members had any faith in Simone's capacity as a leader, and a power struggle begins between Simone and Catan, ending in Simone soullessly yielding. His psychotic tendencies had an adverse effect on the Gurren Lagann, leading to surges of spiral power that disrupt the mech's basic functions, causing it to fall apart. The Lagann then rejects Simone, deeming him unfit to pilot it properly while he is in his unstable state. It is during this time Simone meets Nia, and the two immediately develop a strong friendship. Continually inspired and touched by her kindness and sincerity, Simon regains his composure to fight, renaming himself Simon the Digger. After this display, he is unanimously elected Team Gurren's new leader. He leads Team Dai Gurren to Tepelin, where he engages the Spiral King in battle. Despite destroying the Spiral King's gunmen, Lord Genome defeats Simon in Lagann and attempts to finish off Simon before being stabbed by him with his core drill and turning it, sending a spiral burst through Lord Genome, killing him instantly. With his victory, Simon returns to his friends, celebrating their victory. Which leads us to the second arc of the series, the Anti-Spiral War arc. 7 years later, after defeating the Spiral King and putting an end to the war against the Beastmen, Simon becomes Supreme Commander of Kamina City, the city founded on Tepelin's remains, and effectively becomes the leader of humanity and of Earth itself. During this period, the city flourishes due to his and Team Gurren's efforts, bringing a long-sought period of peace to the planet. However, just after proposing marriage to Nia and receiving her acceptance, the 1 millionth human child is born, triggering the human annihilation system. Nia turns into an anti-spiral messenger, revealing to the population the whole truth behind their intentions and their reasons for wiping out mankind to maintain the balance.
Serious?
This triggers a revolt from the people of Kamina City against the government, who destroy Kamina's statue and demand Simon's head. In a maneuver to calm down the angry mob, Simon is betrayed by his second-in-command, Rosiu, who removes him from power and holds a mock trial where Simon is sentenced to death. Incarcerated in the Linkarn prison until the day of his execution, he ends up meeting his old foe, Viral, and after causing a commotion among the prisoners, both are sent to individual cells. During Simon's attempt to escape, Nia appears before him. The ensuing conversation is interrupted by Yoko, who broke into the prison in order to rescue Simon. Before leaving, Yoko frees Viral at Simon's request, and the trio regroups, soon with the rest of the reformed Team Dai Gurren, who have finished their preparations to retaliate against the anti-spirals. With Viral plotting with Gurren, Simon and his companions rush into space to protect the Arc Gurren from a massive anti-spiral attack, forming the Arc Gurren Lagann in the process. After confronting Nia and making her briefly revert to her old self, Simon manages to convince her to let him stop the human annihilation system by taking control of the Cathedral Terra and keeping it from falling on Earth. Nia is teleported back to Anti-Spiral's main star, and within the last few moments of her presence as herself, she pleads to him, and he swears to rescue her, leaving Rosiu at the command of Kamina City in his absence. Simon and the rest of the Team Dai Gurren take control of the Cathedral Terra, renamed the Super Galaxy Dai Gurren, and launch themselves into deep space to recover Nia from the Anti-Spiral's grasp. Due to a clever feint, Simon is forced to watch the deaths of almost all of Team Dai Gurren's members when he tries to transform the Super Galaxy Dai Gurren into the Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann. He nearly dies trying to free the team from the Sea of Despair, which zaps spiral power and transforms it into pressure. He manages to generate 2 super spiral missiles, which the team uses to destroy the Death Spiral machine, powering the Sea of Despair, but nearly passes out from the strain. After Catan loads one of the super spiral missiles onto his gunman, Catan sacrifices himself to ensure the Death Spiral machine's destruction, freeing the Super Galaxy Dai Gurren in the process. Simon transforms it, during which developing star-shaped glasses in honor of Catan's sacrifice. The new Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann obliterates Anti-Spiral's Ashtanga battleships, but the entire team is then trapped in the multiverse labyrinth by
Multiverse is real.
Stuck in an endless sea of possibilities, where he digs tunnels to steal Beastman jewelry, Simon is freed by his own mind's manifestation of Kamina. Having been for a moment reunited with his brother, he leaves to free the others with a new resolve. The remaining members of Team Dai Gurren claim the Lagann's remains from the Spiral races who died in the Death Spiral field, and they all unite. Their combined spiral power engenders their ultimate Gurren Lagann form, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, piloted together with Simon as one. After an intense battle, Simon kills Anti-Spiral with Lagann Impact, destroying the entire Anti-Spiral tribe and taking the responsibility to protect the universe from the Spiral nemesis. After the final battle against the Anti-Spiral, Simone finally weds Nia. But that happiness is cut short when her body disappears due to her being an Anti-Spiral, a virtual life form.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Simone is not surprised as he and Nia knew what would happen beforehand. When Jimmy suggests he use Spiral power to revive the dead and bring Nia and their allies back to life, Yoko tells him that Simone isn't God, and Simone explains that those who are dead. If we bring them back to life, they'll just get in the way of the next generation. Simone gives his core drill to inherit Lagann and leaves to wander the earth with his companion Buta. 20 years later, an elderly man having only a staff tipped with a large drill is seen in the outskirts of Communist City. Right after that, they see a group of gunmen consisting of Gurren Lagann and spiral-powered grapplers flying to board Super Galaxy Dai Gurren. Looking up into the sky, the man's face is revealed to be none other than Simone, with a spiral pattern on his left eye, thus ending the story of Gurren Lagann. So, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification icon so you never miss another video, and until next time, peace!